Well, so we told you that we'll be having in the studio a filmmaker, likely Socrates Safo, if he can make it, Kwabna, or the man himself, Wanlov Kubolor. I'm talking about him. He's here. Charlie, what's up?
Norman, what's
Who
up?
are you calling?
I'm sharing the Joy News live stream on Facebook.
Fantastic. What's the name of your page on Facebook?
Wanlov, the Kubolor.
Yes, I have seen it.
Oh, okay.
All right. How many people are following you?
I've forgotten, but I think it's around 300,000. Something small.
What does it do for you if you have a lot of people following you on Facebook?
Then when you post something, about 4 people can like it.
Very interesting. We're not here to talk entertainment, you know. We're here to look at critical issues of national concern, bothering his mind and my mind. Usually when you wake up in the morning, the last 2 months, especially when we have the election, what have you been thinking about?
Well, the last 2 months I've been waking up with Gasmela.
What have you guys been doing?
No, we went on some small Europe tour.
Okay. You went to a couple of shows?
Yeah, I just been back 2 days ago. So I haven't been thinking about Ghana much because when I'm outside, I have good internet. I'll just be able to browse Blue Films and other and Jesus films. But the past 2 days, okay, let's say yesterday morning, I woke up and realized that a rat or Ofian had been chewing my toes.
Oh. Well, you've not been bathing well before sleeping?
No, I bath well, but Ofian, they like callus. You know? They like chewing around your leg, and then when they are biting and it's too much, you know, and like they see your body shape, then they'll do.
And so because you've been walking, you have a lot of the colors there?
No, I think so, but the thing is that my bathroom, I haven't covered the drain there, so the rats pass through the drain. So I was just thinking that I'm back in Ghana, a rat is chewing my leg.
But there are rats everywhere.
Yeah,
Even
but it's not in my bedroom.
Charlie, that's serious. Okay, yesterday there was a balloting by the Electoral Commission.
Balloting.
They balloted to get the numbers that the parties will have for the parliamentary elections. The NDC chose number 3. That is, so if they have all the parties on for their parliamentary candidates, they chose number 3. NPP chose 5. Are you good with numbers? In terms of, do you think numbers mean anything at all?
You say you have to choose 3 and they chose 5.
No, they chose 3 for NDC, and then NPP chose 5. They did the ballot as to how they'll place on the ballot sheets.
Okay.
So they balloted.
Okay.
So on the voting, the day, the names that will be on there.
So anytime you are saying ballot, because I'm just thinking of Balotelli. I don't.
But Balotelli plays for Nice. Nice is in France.
I'm just saying that
I remember I watched a video of you going to in France, doing a show in France, I think.
Yes.
Yes. I watched a video on YouTube. Maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So NDC chose 3.
Yes.
And
so somebody lost or something?
No.
They have just
it's just, let me explain the thing to you. Will you vote?
I don't think so.
Are you registered? Yes.
No, I'm not registered.
You told.
I tweeted something that when I was a child, my father would make me sit on his lap when he's driving his car, and then he would let me touch the steer, and then I'll think that I'm driving. And but when I look at some tree that I want to hit this tree, he'll turn the steer somewhere else. He won't let me hit the tree. So I realized that day that voting doesn't work for me. Like voting is an illusion. So
it's an illusion.
Because of that.
But we need to vote for people, for somebody to rule.
Sometimes people lose and they still win. So look at America, 2 times Bush lost, but he became president. So
it doesn't matter.
I don't believe in it. Somebody has to convince me.
But are you a registered voter?
No. I haven't voted before.
You've never voted?
I haven't voted before.
You've never even gone to register?
No. I don't even have ID.
You don't have voter ID?
I don't even have license.
Yeah, because you don't want to use a car. So
I won't say anything.
All right, so this is how we're going to do it today. We're going to have a lot more of his perspective on issues, especially the national issues that are of concern to you and I, and how we can, in many of the discussions, also make sure that we tease out what is right as far as the state of politics in our country. Do you know, or do you care about whether the political parties have something good for the entertainment industry or not?
Yeah, I definitely do. But you see, I don't believe in people who. It's like you are in the house the whole day, you don't clean up, then your partner or the house owner is coming, and then you start cleaning up. There's a lot of mess that you miss because you are doing everything in a rush. If throughout the year you are working towards a certain goal, then you see that even under the carpet all the corners are clean. So that's what I see the politicians doing throughout the years.
They do nothing.
Nothing's
And
going
they
on
wait
in the last minute.
They wait for the election year.
Yeah.
And decide to think that.
And especially even the opposition, like you hear nothing about them and nothing at all. Unless maybe they can argue that then maybe the dominant party or the present party is controlling their outlets or whatever. But I don't see anybody doing anything till last minute.
What do you think is a critical thing that needs to be done for the entertainment industry in terms of making sure that we have the right structures and the facilities and things like that?
The first thing, for me, the first thing is the royalty system. We are like 30, 40 years behind. We are just not existing in the sense that the media houses, the job bars, all these people that they say some are paying royalties, but it's not collated, it's not distributed accordingly to the artists.
So it means that your songs of 3 years ago, so to speak,
even more.
Okay, 4 years ago, if it's played today, you get nothing.
Nothing. You still get nothing. But meanwhile, in Europe, America, and other places where they play the music, I receive checks for the music being played on the radio. So
you are there, then they'll call you.
No, they'll call. Just before I left, there's a bank account in Romania. Money just appeared in the bank account from PRS, which they listen to. They check all radio stations around the world. They even check all concert venues. So if you go and play a show at a venue, and they pay you for that. After that, you can also report the venue and write down all the songs you performed there. PRS will also collect a different money from them. Performance money is different from play money, and then send that one to you. So we have a long way to go.
In Africa, do we have a country where this is in place?
Yes, most of the francophone countries, they do this. Because I remember Ofori Ponsan used to get royalties from Ivory Coast.
Okay.
And the rest. Yeah. So the francophone countries, they understand
the system.
Yeah.
What about Southern Africa?
They too, they do it. Yeah, South Africa also is serious about it.
Wow. But we don't have good concert venues. Every time it's got to do with international press.
Yeah.
The International Conference Center or the National Theatre.
Yeah.
What do you make of it? Because you go to Europe, you can have good concert venues.
Yeah,
Even if it's in a park, it's well laid out. And
yeah. I mean, the venues we have, yes, they are not perfect for concerts, but they can also be adapted. There are certain foams and things you put in place, in the venues that can catch and bounce the sound the way it's supposed to be. So that one too has to do with budget. When people are cutting corners on budget, you won't get the best acoustics that you can have. So, but yes, we need more concert venues, definitely. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll have a musical interlude, and then when we're done, we'll try and get his perspective on a number of issues. For all the songs that you've played, which one touches your heart most, or perhaps you're a lot more close to because you just love the song is because of?
Anyway, the move today, Charlie, how we want the good.
Because as far as we're concerned, you tend to speak or compose songs that tend to mirror what you feel about society.
Well, then I can easily say Never Go Change, but it also depends on my mood. I have a song called Never Go Change.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so we'll watch a video, and then when we come back, we'll have a lot more with Wanlov Kubolor here. Okay, so we have a couple of your messages. This one says from Zigo. Roland, tell Wanlov Kubolor that I love his style very much, and I'm his #1 fan inside Takrady.
Tadi, that's nice.
Yeah. Have you ever done a show in Takrady?
Yeah. I love being in Tadi. Really nice vibe. My first performance, I think, outside of a disco was in Takrady with Kubolor.
Which year was that?
96.
96.
Wow, 20 years, oh?
Yeah, 20 years ago. You were in a disco at the time. Okay, and then we have. I want to know what made you choose your name and the way you dress. That's from Emmanuel Debra, Angel FM Kumasi.
Yeah, my name. I opened for Ambule in Santa Monica, California, at Rocky Dawuni's. I think Club Rocky Dawuni does events at. And after I got off the stage, some people that had come to watch Ambule and me and the rest, they started saying like from my lyrics that I'm a Kubolor. That time my name was just Wanlov. So I added the Kubolor to it. Yeah. And the dressing, Charlie, I've answered it. They should Google.
Okay, they should Google it. It's there. Okay. They said, why don't you wear trousers?
They should Google.
Google, you get a lot more answers and responses. What comes to mind when you're putting together your music?
I have to. You see, the music that I do with Mensa is therapeutic. It's like we use it to release our stress. So it just has to make me happy when I'm doing it. If I'm not being excited by what we are writing or doing, then we just keep looking for that excitement. So we just try to entertain ourselves in the studio. Then we send it out there, and then some people also like it somehow.
They always say that you artists, you're very eccentric, kind of. You have some abstract ways by which you express yourself. So are you also in the same mood? As in, you just flow with what you think comes in your mind.
Okay, so that join is the English distance. So, eccentric. We are eccentric. I don't really know the meaning of the word.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Your problem is that you don't know the meaning.
I know concentric circle. That's circle inside circle. Like the Edinkrahini symbol. But eccentric.
Like you're more like an extrovert kind of person. So
sometimes it depends on the kind of drugs I'm taking.
Do you take water as a drug?
Yeah, but I need to take more.
Okay, so we have I love the show this morning, and that's from Joe from Elembele. But now, when it comes to the world of sports, do you know anything about sports?
Stomach direction. Do you know stomach direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you go. So during the week, there were matches in the UEFA Champions League. You ever watch any?
No. I went once to watch Hazakes and I think Dwarfs at the stadium.
Accra. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoy live soccer like at the stadium, but I can't be watching a TV screen every.
So you want to go and watch? You haven't watched the Black Stars play?
I've watched them play at the stadium.
There's a concern that we have.
I Googled them that time.
Oh, that time. Oh, Icheo. That day, like 2008, that time. Okay. There's a concern that the love for the Black Stars is reducing because of the Brazil debacle and things like that.
I don't think it's because of the Brazil thing.
Then what is it?
I just think it's because of the crying wolf or the heartbreak that we felt. It's not the Brazil stuff. If we are fans, we'll be happy that they are fighting for their rights. Because there's many inside stories as to why they did what they did. Okay. So if you're a real fan, you'll find out. But I think it's just because from the beginning, like the way they've taken us to the last point so many times, we don't want to break our own heart again.
So they take you, then they drop you.
Yeah, that's why. It's not to do with the Brazil.
The last tournament we were in the finals, you know that? We were in the final with Cote d'Ivoire.
I watched that one.
That one was a heartbreak.
Of course, the penalties,
Was
it a penalty? Yeah. Let's forget about that part. Let's continue.
Okay. Have you read any websites throughout the week? Have you gone to, let's say, a portal, try to Google and see, or let's say?
I'm trying to remember, but I don't know. I think I just read something about the South Africa. Yeah, they have withdrawn from they are trying to withdraw from the ICC so that they can kill more black people.
Do you do that every month? You go to a site to go and watch everyone?
No, I'm on Twitter in the morning. So then if I see some link that the heading is interesting, then I'll read it.
But you don't deliberately go and search for news and try to read, or let's say something bordering on what you do, etc.
I don't really read stuff about myself because...
No, not about you. I mean, generally, everything.
Generally. Yeah, I mean, I read about, like green awareness were like places that they are installing solar power, places that they are using organic. I follow food sovereignty because they are tweeting about GMOs and how the government is dealing with that because none of the main party candidates are really talking about it.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things
we'll talk about the green revolution that people are talking about now. But the Black Stars were in the same group. The World Cup qualifiers with Uganda, with Egypt as well, and even for the AFCON too is the same. There's even Mali in as part of our group. What do you think are our chances?
It's about to happen now.
Or it will be in January.
Mali, Uganda, and who?
And Egypt.
Hey. It's only Egypt that has beaten us. Have they beaten us before? They've beaten us.
Yes.
Uganda, they are too stiff. Soccer, you have to be better to play soccer. Uganda and Malians, they are straight and stiff. They can't do that. Egypt, they've been training, and I think they don't have international players, right? I mean, none of their players. There's something about the team that they've been playing together for a long
time. No, the old refrain used to be that they used to play in the Egyptian league, but no, because of the Arab crisis and the Arab Revolution and all that. So some of their players now play a lot more outside, but they're still very good.
Oh yeah, so that's the only.
Mali too is in.
But Charlie, let's forget about that one. When they win, then we hear good, then we run outside. Let's forget about that side.
All right.
Charlie, they worried me. I remember when the penalty at the first one, Hamajan's penalty. I was at Reggie Rockstone's office. I was watching it outside, the World Cup.
Against Uruguay.
When the thing hit the bar, my legs, they just went away. I was lying on the floor for like 5 minutes. Outside on the roof.
Because you couldn't believe that he missed.
Charlie, I had a coma. Serious. Because the things that would have happened for Ghana, for artists, for the industry.
Yeah, to go to the semi-final.
No, that was, to go to the semi-final. But because the next team was what, Netherlands or something?
Yeah, we would have played one of...
I think we would have displayed them. Anyway, so let's forget about these guys for now.
And you said something good would have happened for the entertainment industry.
Just the platform, a lot of good things are happening for Nigeria because not to do with soccer, but then to do with their economy, to do with them being in the news a lot and so on. It's boosting their exposure, in the world.
Then that seems to suggest that there's a certain link with entertainment, showbiz, and then sports. And
definitely.
How is that?
Look at Jamaica. Yeah. If somebody didn't even listen to reggae music or know anything about Jamaica, because of Usain Bolt, you hear reggae somehow, you start becoming a fan of reggae. Different things are interconnected. So that one.
So does it mean that when we did well at the World Cup in 2010, it kind of wrapped?
It boosted us a lot. It did. It boosted us. It even helped their zone to even reach more far.
Okay, so we have this very common, and this one's a shout out. He said this is Zita from Bolga. Please tell Wanlov that Miss Grace is fan. Thank you. And shout out to all Bolga people, especially estate guys, and my sister Quinita.
Do you speak Fafra?
No, do you?
Lawani.
Kakran kakra.
No, Lawani is how are you?
Oh, okay.
But Kakran kakra is fin fin.
Fin.
Yeah.
How can you speak Fafra?
I go there every Christmas to dodge the madness in Accra. So I go like 21st. And I'll stay there and then I'll come back like after 1 week in January. So we want to even do a festival there now.
Okay, this from BN from Janama. It says Wanlov is too much. Okay, now let's talk the green revolution. And then we know that around the world, there's all the call about for us to eat right, make sure that we take in what's natural.
Yeah.
We get the energy from the sun and from the environment and things like that.
Yeah.
What's your own perspective, especially being a Ghanaian and experiencing all the things that you have?
As a human being, I feel like we are adapting to things. So even though some of these foods are genetically modified, or most of them now, yes, there's a negative effect it has on our bodies when we are now adapting or getting used to it. But I feel that one there is like troubleshooting. Our body works it out in at the end of it. But the problem is with the seed patents. So a lot of companies will, let's say corn, they'll go and make a different corn seed in the laboratory. They'll go and make a different seed, and then that seed, when you plant it and it grows and you eat, you can't use the seeds from that corn to plant another or how do you say it, for another sowing for another season, because those new seeds, they don't germinate, they don't grow. That's how they have designed them, so that you always go back to the shop or to these people to buy seeds. So they own the right to seeds. And so if you're a farmer, you plant whatever crop you have. When you harvest, you can't, at first you could take some of the seed aside and plant that one and keep growing and just being self-sustained. But now you have to always go to them to buy seeds. The new seeds you have, they don't regerminate.
So you're saying it's a deliberate...
Yeah, so it's like they are owning
everything.
They are owning everything. And then very soon, if somebody comes to through, there are some companies where, I mean, these companies, what's happening in America and the rest is, if you are even planting the organic one and some 1 or 2 seeds from the Monsanto people comes on your farm, they can come and ban your whole farm and say they have the copyright to those 2 seeds and that you have taken some to add to your farm. So, and they have the rights from the American government and so on. So it's just about.
It means that you've been reading a lot about the Green Revolution.
Oh, just on Twitter, or like the food sovereignty guys keep me updated. You know, I've just been following them on Twitter, and they are trying to, you know, make sure that we can own our seeds here in Ghana, because they are trying to buy the seeds out of the system.
Okay, and we're taking a song, and you have a song called Money Something. You have a song called something on money.
I don't know.
Cause of money or something.
Yeah, we have a song called Cause of Money.
You and
Mensa.
Okay, so we'll take that song, part 1, and then we'll. Wanlov is in the studio. We're just speaking his perspectives on the soft spots or the issues that just intriguing his mind. They said, were you at the stadium when Samoa Jan missed the penalty? He was at the fan stadium here in Accra because he watched the match live. Yes, we all watched it live. We're not there, and that's for Emmanuel from Borga.
Oh, okay. Hey, my Borga people are calling or sending message.
And this from Nanekia from Kumasi. He says that you talk like a woman. You talk soft. I think because you talk soft.
This is how my father talks.
It's a soft man. Okay.
Soft spoken. Not soft man. My body is somehow hard.
Okay. All right. And then we have a couple of the messages here as well. But if you would want us to generate energy from the sun, if you would want us to generate energy from the sun,
do I want it?
No. If you would want that, how do you want it? Do you want each house to have a solar panel, or we have a centralized panel that we all draw?
Yeah, I mean, everybody having is the servicing of it will be hard. So if it's all at one place, I think it will be better, and I think it will be cheaper. And are you saying the government will take care of that, or are you saying people should buy it?
It could be a company that has the panels. Or something.
I mean, people are starting to install them, you know. But the best thing and the cheaper way is to have it all spread in one area, because now because of town planning and building planning, you can build your house and put your panel, and somebody will come and build 3-story building next to you, and they'll block the panel.
Yeah,
so. Individual ones is a bit problematic, especially because of the lack of planning of the way we build. So it would be better if it's out there. Far better, I think.
In Germany, for example, they have it individually, and then when you generate in excess, you feed it into the national grid. So you kind of get paid.
Oh, that's good.
Of course, either with cash or with power back.
Yeah, that's
when you
good.
need it. Have you ever gone to a country where you've experienced them using alternative sources of renewable energy?
Many. I mean, most of the Scandinavian countries, they use fans, the windmills, you know. So you'll be somewhere and see those huge fans out on the fields. harnessing the wind energy, and that's what they are using, most of them. Me and Aisuba were just in a studio in The Hague, south of Amsterdam, and the studio was that whole entire neighborhood was powered by those fans, you know. So yeah.
And the lights don't go off?
Oh no, they haven't even heard of it before. They don't know what's that. When my son came from America the first time, he was watching some cartoons in a showman, and the lights went off. And then he was asking me why I've turned off the TV. And I said, it's not me, it's light off. And he said, who is light off? I said, it's light off. So he was asking me to show him light off, to ask light off why he has off the TV. He didn't understand that there's something called
there's a concept like that, because theirs is different. Okay, and we have this one. They said Vito from Takra. They said, good to see you in your executive suit. He says that
my own. It's my mother's shirt.
Okay, and some also say they're enjoying. This one from Stephen Coco says they love you on the show this morning, and I know that you've been on many shows and you've been asked questions. Bonifa from Tamale wants to know whether you have a wife. This question, should we go and Google it?
I mean, if you Google, you'll be confused.
You won't get what. Then tell us.
In 2006, I got married.
10 years ago.
Yeah, but it was for green card.
In America?
Yeah, but then after when I went to sit in front of the lawyer with my wife at the time, and they were like, you have to stay here 2 more years before you get the green card. I said, Charlie, I'm tired. So I just came to Ghana. So we actually agreed that we are doing the marriage for the green card. So we haven't divorced yet, but we did this for papers. So it's not something like, you know, we didn't.
So you're an American citizen?
No, I have an American wife.
No, but you said you did for green card. So
but I didn't do the green card.
You didn't.
When they said I have to stay 2 more years to get it, I left.
Is she not married now?
No, but she has a son now.
Okay. So 2007 and 6. Then what happened?
So that is like, if you are asking of wife, that's the because people like paper wife, the one you want to sign. So that one is there. But me, I consider the mothers of all my children.
How many children do you have? You're counting.
I don't want to leave some out.
Okay.
So unspermatically.
Which word is that? Because when I say centric, you say you don't understand.
Unspermatozoanically.
Okay.
Now you understand? Yeah. I have 8, but spermatozoanally I have 6. So there's 2 that are like bonus children. They came with certain situations. But 6 they came
because you deliberately
from the Kosi.
So the other 2 means what? They were mistakes.
One is adopted.
Okay.
He is 27 years old. Why you do your head like? And the other one, her mother is my daughter's mother as well. So she was part of a package.
Yeah. So they are all 8. 27. How old are you adopting a 27-year-old?
My age is now a secret from today going.
Oh, but I think it's on Google. Is it not on Google?
I'll delete it there.
Okay, but so all your wives, all the mothers of your children, are they all in Ghana or in America?
So 2 are here. One is America. One is in UK. One is in Denmark.
Huh? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and the 2 that are here, one is Ghanaian and the other one came from Japan. So
you have a Japanese child.
Yeah. But this is on Google.
How did they call them? You know, they have a name for mixed race people in Japan. I asked the woman.
I'll ask her.
Okay. All right. And then the other one, you seem like kind of UN, United Nations.
Yeah, American embassies.
So you have Canada, you have Japan, no India.
No Canada.
No Canada.
But I've meant Brazil.
You mean them? So you go
Brazil and maybe
like you won't do South America stuff.
Then maybe one Zulu.
Let's see.
I've seen some shapes there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So
don't you feel like if a woman has a serious shape and the child is at the back, they'll be enjoying?
Okay.
Like they're sitting on a nice Maybach chair.
I get your point. But so, what intrigues you currently about the state of Ghana, or doesn't intrigue you? What interests you or fascinates you, either in a wrong way or good way, about Ghana currently?
I don't know.
Either the way we do things, or the way maybe things are not being done well, or
I don't know. I just maybe like being surprised at the floods. You know, it's like every time we are surprised, like, oh, he has flooded and the rest. Like we didn't know it will happen. I don't know what else. I really don't. That one I have to think about it.
all right. You have a show coming up?
Yeah,
What?
tomorrow at Alliance, I'm supporting Chicheku. He's like the new young blood of high life, pan wine music, Afrobeat.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
And-
and he
and
studied under Konimo for
Okay.
several years.
Chicheku.
Yeah, Chicheku. So he's playing the Alliance Française tomorrow, 8 p.m. and supporting him.
Okay.
Yeah, along
I
with
see
other
these days you
artists.
use a lot of guitar.
Yeah. And he's one of my teachers actually, as well as Tumi Ebuansan, which is Mensa's father. And and I'm also trying to copy Akablaze more. I've been watching him on stage, so I want to just pick up some one or two things.
All right. Thank you very much, Wanlov.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Big
Thanks
ups.
for having me.
Big ups. Big ups. All right. So we have to go for a break. When we come back, we'll be having on the show Kwabna, and we'll talk all things that we have to talk about.